Hello, welcome to the Cup Night channel. My name is Shane, and today I'm going to be doing a digital tarot reading for you. So we're just going to have some fun with this app.moonlight.world program that is pretty cool. It's shuffling the cards right now, so I'm going to have it stop there. And yeah, so for this video I'm going to do it a little differently than I normally do, and I'll just start off by drawing a couple cards from here. So let's see, I'm going to grab the one all the way on the end there. And then this one, and we'll grab this one just to get us started. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man in reverse, the High Priestess, and the Five of Wands. Yeah, so I like to read reversals as like the shadow side of the card. So the Hanged Man in reverse is like the opposite of enlightenment, right? It's like being stuck and not really understanding why, not really getting the new perspective. And then the High Priestess is kind of recommending this like intuition about what's going on, like a deeper knowing. And there's this Five of Wands, which is about conflict. So it seems like this is an interior conflict, the Hanged Man and the High Priestess both being very like interior, internal cards. Yeah, so some kind of internal conflict going on here. So we'll come back to that, but I do want to point out that right now Venus is in Virgo if you use the position of the planets according to observational science. Also, True Sky Astrology. This program is stellarium-web.org. It lets you look at the sky. You can see this is the current date, November 7th, and this is the current time. Yeah, Venus is currently in her morning star phase, which means you can see Venus early morning hours, and it's kind of cool. On here I've got you can actually turn the landscape off, but I have it on so you can see this. So right now the sun and Venus are going down, they're setting. But if I rewind the clock to like this morning, you can actually see how Venus is rising before the sun, and that's what makes it the morning star phase. So if I go down a little bit more, yeah, there you go. So you can see the sun hasn't come up over the horizon yet, and Venus, this is about when you'd be able to see Venus. This is mountain time for me, so you'd have to convert it to your local time, but yeah. And then you can press this button to go back to the current time, and then we go back over here, and boom, there they are. So I'm going to turn the landscape off. Yeah, so you can see Venus is in Virgo, kind of nearing the end, like leaving Virgo, going into Libra. The sun is just now getting into Libra, and Venus and the sun are getting pretty close to each other. So, if we look at the True Sky charts, where it takes into account the size of the constellations instead of making them all 30 degrees exactly, it accounts for how big they actually are in the sky using midpoint boundaries. So the space in between the constellations. So yeah, it's, obviously we're never going to get an exactly, I won't say never, but right now we probably don't have an exactly perfect chart to match the exact size of each constellation. So the boundaries between them are a little fuzzy, right? It's like this boundary here is a little bit Pisces, a little bit Aquarius, that kind of thing. Yeah. So looking at Venus on here, we can see that she is definitely in Virgo and in the 8th house. And yeah, she's making some interesting aspects. She's squaring Pluto, which is at the very beginning of Capricorn right now in the 11th house. And then we've got some of the lesser aspects, the semi-sextiles and quincunxes. But I'm not going to worry about all that too much because this video is more of a tarot reading than it is astrology. So I just wanted to be aware that about like Venus in the 8th house, like what does it mean? And what's cool on here is you can click on this and it'll kind of give you a brief overview. So Venus in Virgo, you show love through practical help and attention. You're modest but devoted, expressing care through service. So expressing care through service. And then Venus in the 8th house means you're attracted to deep, intense connections. You experience love and pleasure through emotional intimacy and vulnerability. So intimacy and vulnerability. Shared resources and transformative relationships hold special appeal. So there's an emphasis on intimacy, vulnerability, shared resources. All right. Sorry about the brightness here. It's the sun is coming up behind the clouds, so I'm kind of glowing on the webcam. Looks kind of funny. And that's Mezzy back there. Oh, this way on the bed, right there where my finger is. That's Mezzy. She's sleeping. Yeah. Okay, so back to the cards. So we have this interesting, like, stuck but not gaining new perspectives energy and this, like, internal conflict. This is all being flavored by intimacy, vulnerability, and shared resources. Yeah. Before I pull some more additional cards here, I kind of want to get us some random images to go off of. Let's see here. Alright. Well, okay, cats. This one specifically says tomcat. Very sweet teller, a young kitten. A pink young kitten. And then here we have, yeah, just a domestic little kitty. So we have this like catty energy coming through, feminine, feline energy as well. So maybe you're feeling a little catty with yourself. It's funny, I also have my cat Lenny in here. I had to pull him into this room with me and shut the door because he was fighting with the other cat in the house, Quincy. So, yeah. This cattiness is definitely coming through today. They don't always fight, but they've both been a little temperamental with each other, like since yesterday, maybe even the day before that. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of what the energy I'm picking up on here with this Five of Wands and the cats is like this cattiness, and it seems to be like with yourself. Are you being catty with yourself? Let's get some more information about this Hanged Man in reverse. I'll just draw 2 additional cards here. So you have the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Swords in reverse. Alright, so Ace of Wands is like this fresh new surge of creativity or energy, but being in the reverse, it's like it's almost like this energy is there, but it's not being used. It's not being utilized, not taking advantage of it. And then the Nine of Swords being in reverse, this is like anxiety, worries, maybe even depression, you know? And it being in the reverse, it's like you're really in it. To me, this is almost screaming like you have so much new, fresh energy that needs to be utilized, and you just don't know what to do with it. Like you can't see where to put it, and you're like having this internal conflict. I'm gonna have to get more about the High Priestess here, but before I do that, let's get some different images and see what comes up. What can you tell us about the High Priestess through images, Spirit, please? Okay, so we've got a sporty looking classic car here. It says it's a Ford Mustang, so the Mustang also signifying like this like fiery forward movement. which kind of goes with this wands energy. So we got the ace and the 5 out. And the color red really coming through strong here. A focus on the headlight. So, but the headlight's not on. Car is out here in the daylight. But the focus of this picture is being put here on this headlight. But it's almost like there's this weird dichotomy of like everything is visible because it's daylight, but also like the thing that allows you to see is not on. And I want to say it's not needed because it's daylight, right? But it's still giving me this vibe of like something is not being seen. And then here we have a person wearing a helmet and you literally cannot see their face. So Pro Biker 2022 222 might be significant. Boy with a helmet. And then we got the color blue and like a greenish yellow coming through here. Looking like fall with these autumn colors in the background, which is currently the time we are in as I'm recording this video in the Northern Hemisphere. So, yeah, there's this idea of like movement, but like something not being clear about it. Like unclear movement. And it doesn't seem to be like fluid. It's like struggle. It's struggle. Alright, let's pull 2 more for the High Priestess here. Let's see what we get. Queen of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Yeah, struggle. It's coming through. Yeah, and this is Queen of Cups. I'm sorry, I might have said Wands, but Queen of Cups is very internal, self-reflective, looking into your emotions, trying to understand what's going on here. Very intuitive too, though, along with the High Priest. I mean, this is a very intuitive card combination here. So it's like you're aware of something, but you're blind to it. Even with the 10 of Wands, you can see here, you like can't really see where he's going because he's carrying all these wands in front of his face. But he's still moving forward. This is strange. It's like movement forward, but having no idea where you're going. Like, not even a clue. Let's see, let's get a little bit more on this 5 of Wands. Let's do the pictures first. 5 of Wands, please, Spirit. What information can you give us? Ah, the letter J is coming through again. This came through on the last digital tarot reading, the first and last. That one didn't go so well. I tried to do it as a live stream, and it just didn't. It didn't capture the full live stream. It didn't stream while I was streaming it properly, and then it only uploaded like 10 minutes of the like almost 40 minutes that I recorded. So yeah, there's definitely this conflict energy coming through. But I had a golden J come up yesterday, and then today this is it's almost like a sports like emblem, a logo or something, but it's very regal, and this like green color is really nice. Almost looks like cloth, like it's printed on clothing or something. But we got this banner and then a J. So once again, like just yesterday, it was a fancy golden J, so it gave this like regal kind of feel to it. This one kind of has that also, but in a different. The green gives it a different vibe. Green and gold. 2 of my favorite colors coming through. Hey, and what do you know? There's another J. It must pair these images that are like similar to each other together. That's okay. It's just a different perspective. But this one is kind of a goldish, but it's more of like a wood texture. Like a natural kind of J. Huh. It says rust down here. Rust writing. J. I was looking up, let's see. I have this on incognito so it doesn't save to my... What number of the alphabet is J? It's number 10. Hey, 10 of Wands. So there seems to be a connection here in some way. But J. I'm getting justice, and that makes a lot of sense because the sun is now in Libra. So maybe all of this internal conflict is leading to some kind of justice, some kind of balance. Let's see. Let's draw 2 more tarot cards here and see what comes out. Ace of Cups and 10 of Cups. Wow. So you got literally the beginning and the end of the cup sequence here, which is a balance. Beginning and the end, Alpha and Omega. Huh. This is very interesting. Sorry, 1 second. I want to make sure my... Okay, yeah. Thought my program stopped recording. Sorry about that. But no, it's still going. Okay. Yeah, there's some kind of like emotional cycle that is being completed here that was very internally conflicting and felt like a very heavy burden. I just realized we also have the beginning and the end for the wands, the 1 and the 10. They just didn't come out beside each other like these did. So yeah, there's this idea of like some kind of effort, some mass effort that was put into something, and the beginning of the next cycle seems to be getting off to maybe a rocky start, but also that might be okay because we have this like emotional completion here. Like literally the Ace of Cups to the 10 of Cups. Like that's the full range. So it's good. Yeah, I love that. Alright, so the only thing I'm really getting from this reading so far is that one, there's been a struggle with like your energy reserves. Maybe even feeling really like overwhelmed by depressive thoughts, and there's been this completion of some probably very painful emotional cycle here. So I'm going to ask the image generator, what can we expect to come next? Wow. Literally a black like chalkboard. It's just empty. So potential. And then we also have this mountain range here. Huh. Mountain range, dusk. Okay, so the sun is setting here. And that kind of makes sense with this blackness from the chalkboard. So the unknown is kind of what I'm getting. It's like the sun is setting on something here, and what comes next is, it's like you don't even have a clue. Not even a hint. It's not even giving us a hint in this reading. Maybe we should ask specifically and see if we can get a little more clarity. What is coming in the next cycle? Draw 3 cards for that. Let's see here. Hermit in reverse. Truth, clarity. Okay, so the end of isolation, some truth and clarity, and stability. Yeah, with this being in the upright, um, this is like a stable foundation based in truth and clarity. And if you've been going at it alone for a long time, I definitely feel like I have been. It seems like this is coming to an end. The last reading I did was talking about partnership and collaboration on something, some kind of project, or yeah, some creative pursuit, or maybe even just like finding a group that you vibe with. Um, yeah, so I love to see that. That's great. Um, let's get some advice. What's the advice here, Spirit? Draw three more for that. Here, let's actually move these up here. Okay, so let's see. Before I flip those, I'm gonna do what's some advice we can have for this next phase. Recharging. Oh my gosh, yeah. E. Huh. Energy. Yeah, this kind of looks like oil in a way, and it's chocolate I'm seeing now. I don't know what it made me think oil initially, but I see it's like a wafer with chocolate dripping off of it. Yeah, chocolate writing cut out. So this idea of energy definitely coming through very heavy here. So I think the advice is just to rest. Just like let your energy reserves refuel for this next cycle. You're not going to be able to know what it is. But it seems like you're getting some support. Much needed support, I would say. So the advice, we have Queen of Pentacles in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, and Page of Swords in reverse, all in reverse. Wow, that's a lot of people here. And these are like wildly different. This is, I don't know, like maybe you've been dealing with someone, with people like this, someone who is a bit emotionally unstable, not very nurturing, maybe a little cold, callous, um, or smothering, I would say, because the Queen of Pentacles in the upright would be like nurturing, caring, loving, very light mother figure, but reverse, it's like overbearing, smothering, like won't leave you alone, give you space, kind of a deal. King of Cups is like, you know, solidly grounded, emotionally stable, but upside down, it's like their emotions are tossing them about. And then Page of Swords in the upright would be like a student, curiosity, willingness to learn, sharing information with others. And then in reverse, this is like, I don't know, it's like the detrimental side of that. So, like, maybe gossiping, talking bad about other people, being childish, naive, careless with your words, kind of a deal. And this is coming out in advice. So, I think the advice is to be mindful of these attributes within yourself and within others. Don't let it drain your. Yeah, that's what it is, because we've got energy coming up over here, recharging, right? And I love chocolate, so this is making me think like the things that you love, like let them refuel you, like be a little self-indulgent, just rest, relax, pamper yourself, kind of a vibe going through here. Because there is something new coming in that you're going to be able to have a lot of clarity and focus on. Yeah. Be careful with this hermit upside down. Don't try not to get like too stuck in your own head about things. Maybe you might have some characters like these coming in on this next cycle, and it's kind of just a warning, like don't let it get to you. Like stay focused on your own stability. Yeah, this is a very weird reading. Oh, okay. So I think the last thing I want to do is it just occurred to me, I think my webcam stopped working. It looks like it did. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Here, let me. Yeah. Uh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, well, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I have my archetype cards out here. On the pre-shuffle, the lover was on the bottom, which it kind of shows this like swan with its wings pulled back and its breast forward, kind of like very proud, lots of gold, very expressive energy. And there's a yellow daisy at the very bottom that's fully in bloom. So it's all about like expression of the heart. Um, Underneath that is the unseen, which is just a very fuzzy looking eye, kind of just staring directly at you. So it's like, once again, this idea of something unknown, like it's like you're having to just like fully embrace this unknown chapter or whatever it is that's coming in next. Like you don't get to know. So I'm gonna draw one, or we'll see how many falls out, but I'm gonna draw some archetype cards. What are we allowed to know about this next chapter? Oh, okay, a lot of them fell out. The pilgrim's on the bottom, so this is a spiritual quest of some sort. We have the underworld in the upright, the warrior, the starborn, and the orphan upside down. Yeah, okay, so you're gonna have to be strong for this next chapter, but it's like it's a complete rebirth. And there is going to be connection through this process, this next cycle. There's going to be more energy available to you. You might feel fired up, like you might feel like a warrior, like you have a mission to complete. And with the Starborn shows an egg that is hatching in the middle of like a cosmic background. Well, the egg is on the bottom, and then the cosmos is behind it for the rest of the card. The number 3 coming through, so creative energy, the Holy Trinity. Yeah, but with the underworld and the warrior, it makes me think that this is like this time that you have to rest and relax, take advantage of it, because you might have to be in battle mode for the next chapter. And that might be exciting to you if you're kind of over this like being in stuck kind of state for so long. I know I have been, for sure. The signs have just been, consistently telling me, wait, don't do too much, just rest, relax, that kind of thing. So, all right, that's, I think that wraps it up there for this message. I want to thank you for being here with me today. Make sure to take care of yourself, get plenty of rest, and yeah, keep your heart open. All right, bye.